lime water. I've had my coffee for the day. I'm trying to variate between healthy water and coffee. Today, I wanted to touch on quitting photography because I feel like that's where I'm going. I feel like I'm quitting photography. And before I dive into it, I kind of just want to get a few things off my chest to explain what I'm talking about here, right? Okay, so I've always felt this way, but I feel like the younger you are, the more you chase the unknown. The confusion of making all the right choices when you're young in your 20s is overwhelming, right? Heading towards that unknown is very, very scary at this point. I mean, I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I was typically doing the same thing that everyone will do, should do, and just chase multiple different things. I tried being a tradie, I tried being a musician, I tried multiple different jobs. Eventually, I stumbled across photography and making videos, and then that stumbled across YouTube, and then I found something. I found this source. I found this route to this summit of this unachievable, unknown mountain peak that I felt like I couldn't climb unless I had a route planned ahead of me, right? And then you just flow with it. You go with it. You put your all into it. You believe that all this validation that you're hearing online, people telling you that, you're doing really good, it's all going to amount to something, right? And you feel like, that's it. This is my career path in life or whatever. Next week, 6 years have passed. You've not even reached 10,000 subscribers. I say you, I'm talking about myself. And then I found myself right back at square one, right? Right back in my mid-20s when I first started the YouTube channel, and just feeling like, okay, so what now then? I've not met all the requirements that I was building up in my head. I didn't have all these crazy amount of subscribers. I wasn't making tons and tons of money from this thing, but I was putting a lot of effort and a lot of time into it. And then next week, the clock continues and you're in your 30s. And then you're back into this whole confusion of the unknown. And then that's when you finally get hit with burnout. The amount of burnouts that I've gone through being on YouTube, being a creative, is absolutely, it's crazy. The amounts that you have. But I've always been great at just bouncing back and continuing. I've never really completely stopped on this channel. I've always continued, just keep uploading and just doing things. Which brings me on to my main point here. My last burnout, it taught me something, right? And my last burnout was possibly about a year and a half ago, right? It kind of put a mirror up to my face and it showed a reflection of myself in that mirror. And you know what I saw? I didn't see someone who was tired, worn out, and upset. The craziest thing is I saw the complete opposite. I saw somebody that has actually achieve something. I saw myself sitting on the peak or the summit of that mountain, of that unknown mountain I've been trying to climb for absolutely Lord knows how many years. I've been trying to achieve something. But the reality is I was already there. One thing that I wasn't really thinking about is that one thing that we always pretend is the hurdle, right? Life will tell us, you're trying to achieve this, but things are getting in the way. What are those things that are getting in the way? It could be your job, it could be your family, it could be your wife or your kids or something like that. And I was personally sometimes seeing those as hurdles, and my last burnout shone a light. It showed me, Charlie, it's the complete opposite. You've reached this age now. All those life hurdles that are holding you back are actually the things that are showing you that you've made it, right? This is the unknown that you've been seeking for. The fact that I found the love of my life. I've spent so many years exploring the world, having amazing adventures with this person, to then having our first child, then our second child, our third child, to move into a beautiful location. Yeah, I could do with more money. But it made me realize we seek so much validation, right? We seek so much comfort in the fact that knowing people admire what we're doing, So we keep doing it, and we don't ever, or I didn't, kind of realize that I'm just doing it because I enjoy doing it. And the other things in life that I was doing outside of this whole online world were huge achievements. Huge achievements. You probably don't even view them as huge achievements right now, whatever it is you're doing, but they probably are. I mean, it could be the fact that you've been working on a car in the background, or you've just moved out of your parents' house and now you're in your own flat and you've been putting up shelves within the house. You're making that house a home for yourself. You don't validate those things right now because you're in that young, chasing the unknown state. But as I've gotten older now and I'm showing my kids places I've been to, places I could never have been to when I was a child just because we did not have that kind of money, for me to show them that they can be there, or to show them a better way of life, it makes me realize, Charlie, you've reached the unknown. You're at the summit of that mountain and you're at the top and you're looking back down. And when you look down from a big height, right, you can see where you've come from. You can also see the other routes you could have taken. And on the other side, you can see the routes that you need to take to get back down, to go home, right? And I feel like I'm at that stage now. All those videos that I used to take back in the day, I used to wake up super early in the morning, right? But to what achievement? What are you achieving when you're taking time away from your family? I'm waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm getting all my camera gear together, I'm running off to some crazy landscape location, I'm waiting for the sunrise to rise, I'm waiting for the perfect sunrise to rise on that perfect horizon, on that perfect landscape, and it just took me 6 hours to set this all up, and I'm talking about it, and then it never even happens. And then I've just spent how much away from my family. So this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying quitting photography. I'm quitting a certain type of photography, and I'm quitting that photography where it forces me to chase it. Does that make much sense? I've learned now, especially over the last trip that I did to Switzerland with the children and the family, that there's not enough images of me enjoying the moments with my kids. I made more of them this time round, this year. Like, it really triggered on me, it dawned on me, I need to start being more present, I need to start enjoying those moments. So, it got me thinking, like, imagine if tomorrow I was to die, right? Imagine if tomorrow or next week you're going to die and you don't have all these memories to give to your family. All you have is these posters of these landscapes that you've been to. There's no people in them, because with these landscape pictures we try to avoid people. You've just got these random pictures of landscapes. That might be cute and all, but that's not gonna help. It's not gonna serve anything for the people that you leave behind. All those people that you've been building a life with, it's not gonna kind of pass anything meaningful onto them. It's a bit of a deep conversation that we're having right now, right? But in hindsight, what I'm trying to say here is I'm not chasing empty photos so much. I will still go out and I will take a landscape photo. I will take pictures of people's cars. I will take pictures of buildings and houses that I enjoy. But the pictures I will purposely take my time creating are the ones that have memories and moments attached to them. Ones that reek of pure nostalgia, because when we're gone, that's all we can kind of leave behind. Deep conversation. Anyway, I hope it resonates and I hope it hits a spot. If you're kind of at that stage now where you're not sure what you're doing, if you feel like you're just chasing a dream you shouldn't have been chasing, I hope this kind of helps clarify that maybe you're already in a great place. You just need to look inside. Catch you in the next one.